Hello, Trey. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert at Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website on to me for analysis, and that's what this video is that you are watching now. Now, first thing I'm going to let you know is that your site is underperforming. It is losing ground to these folks who say they are Deerfield Beach Fence Company, but you and I both know that they are headquartered in Jacksonville, and they just have a web page that says this. So everything you read on the internet becomes truth. So I am going to show you how they are winning. I'm going to show you the numbers, and I'm also going to give you some tips on how you can turn that around. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is tell you that your site is beautiful otherwise. As a customer, I would love to show up here. It is interesting, it is interactive, and the videos are the best part of it, actually. It's really great. And, of course, your fencing is spectacular. This fence in particular, I think, is just amazing. So, beyond that, though, the beauty of a site is not something that you can search for. So I'm going to have to stick with what I know. And that is, I have a tool that I use. It is called Ahrefs, and it gives me the metrics of your site, how it's been performing over the last couple of months. Now, the next thing I do is a regular old Google search for Deerfield Beach, Florida fencing. And the reason I do that is because Google is responsible for 96% of the traffic on the internet. That is an astounding number, 96%. Imagine if you had 96% of all of the roofing business in Deerfield Beach. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they are responsible for that amount of traffic on the internet, meaning they are responsible for that amount of traffic to your site. Now, I need you to understand how Google works because I want you to be able to make use of what Google has to offer. And most people do not understand how Google works, and therefore they cannot take advantage of it. Now, Google relies on an algorithm that it developed, and this algorithm is looking for three basic things. And then the algorithm, once it gets those things, will place you based upon how much and how correctly those things appear in your website. Now, the very first thing I'm going to show you is that at the very top of this particular Google search page, there are two businesses, Superior and Power Fence. And again, they look like they might not be a local fence company, but they say they are, so there you go. Now, underneath that is what we call generally the map pack. And that's these folks here. And of course, it's because they are attached to this map up here. You can see where they are. And people do like to hire local. So that is why they have these attached to this map. Now, the only way that you can get on this is by doing something and doing it really well. And that is fill out a Google business profile. That sort of ushers you into the Google world. Now, the Google Business Profile is the first thing that the Google algorithm wants you to do. And it's just filling in a bunch of boxes like any other online profile. Now, underneath the business profile, you have what we call the organic search results. Now, they are both here and here. Obviously, anything that doesn't say sponsored above it is a regular old organic search result. This one means that they have actually paid to be in this spot. Now, this is a great place to be, no doubt, because it's near the top. But even better is the very first listing. And it doesn't really matter what city you use to find this out. Your stats are going to be the same because your stats are your stats. Now, after the Google Business Profile, the next thing that they want from you is content. And that's why I chose these folks as your competitor, if you will. Now, I'm going to do something really fast. I'm going to take their website and I am going to copy and paste it into this word counter. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to show you what content means for Google. You have 760 words, and these folks here have 1,157 words. Now, the advantage is that neither of you have the threshold that Google would prefer, and that is 1,500 words. So you can easily beat them at this game by getting that number of words. You're halfway there already. Adding words to your web page is very easy, but they have to be certain words, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Keywords is what we're talking about. There they are. You have 559 keywords, which is an excellent beginning. It really, really is. 559 keywords is amazing. It sort of makes me believe that maybe you already have had some SEO work done on your site. And then I'm going to show you what your competitor has, 16,200. Now that's because they are based all around the Eastern Seaboard and the Midwest. So a lot of these keywords have to do with specific locations that they're in, like Houston or Norfolk, Virginia, or wherever. So I'm going to show you what those keywords are. If they're good enough for them, they're good enough for you. We'll ignore the ones that say Superior Fence and Rail, because that's just people searching for a company they already know the name of. Now, a bunch of these look very similar, obviously. Fence company, fence companies, fencing fence. The algorithm does not know our language. It doesn't know singular and plural. It has no intelligence whatsoever. It looks for phrases that appear most often in groups of websites like your competitors, largely. And it will find those in whatever order they're in on those websites. If there are two that are the same site to you and me, because we're human, to the algorithm, they are very different. So it is looking for both. Now, a bunch of these just have to do with your industry, like aluminum fence, fencing companies that offer financing near me. And as you can see, there's another 518 pages of these. So this is something that is easily transferred to your site. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you is backlinks. You have 142 backlinks, and you have 41 referring domains. Those are good numbers. I'm going to show you what your competitor has. They have 1,000 domains, which is essentially 20 times more referring domains than you have. And I'm going to show you what those referring domains are. Home Advisor, Homestead is actually a web hosting site, but AOL, Expertise.com, Yellow Pages, a lot of these are well-rated sites. This is the domain rating, the DR. It shows the strength of a domain's backlink profile. Now, your domain's backlink profile is 10, which is great because you have 41 referring domains. These folks have a 90. This is a scale of 0 to 100 because a lot of other sites refer to them. So that gives them a much higher rating. So that's how that works. And you want to be on these. And here's the reason why. Google doesn't want to vet your site. It wants to know that there are other people interested in going there. And the way that it gauges that is by how many links go to your site. So the more links, the better, but only if they are related to your industry or your area, because otherwise they become spammy backlinks, and those count against you. So all of those things together will provide this. Your traffic last month was 63, which is great, a little bit over 2 visitors per day. And that's great. Here's what your competitor had, 33,000 visitors last month. So this is what you're up against. And obviously some of these came from other regions, but that wasn't, 33,000 people in Deerfield Beach. That would be pretty astounding. But nonetheless, you are falling way behind just because they have the might of this semi-national company. So I'm just going to essentially summarize here. What you need to do is fill out a Google Business Profile. And if you have already filled one out, you need to go back and look at it and see how you can fill it in more thoroughly and better. Next thing you need is more and better keywords. And the third thing is a more and better backlinks. Now, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to look for Excel fencing as I scroll down. And I just want you to sort of think about your own Google behavior. When you're looking for something on Google, how far do you scroll before you decide, you know what, I think I have all the information we want. There we go, Excel fencing. It's not that far down. Here's where my holder is. So you are almost at the bottom of page 1. So that's not so far down, but look at the difference it makes. Look at the difference where being number 1 and being number, oh, I don't know, what are you? Number 13, 14, something like that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, Trey. I appreciate you hanging in there. Have a great rest of your day.